Perhaps one of the hardest tasks in film or television is being able to tell a story without using words. In a lot of film and television and popular culture, it's always been easier to use exposition to tell the story.
At the time when Norman murdered his mother and her lover.
In fact, one TV show guilty of this is How I Met Your Mother.
You know who else has a really cute story of how they met? Marshall and Lily. You guys should tell that story right now.
While the premise of the show is built on a really long story told by Ted Mosby to his children, over 9 seasons it can become a little overdone.
Before I was dad, I had this whole other life.
Would you like to hear the story of the time I went? How Aunt Robin's a big fan of Halloween. Kids, before I met your mother? Kids, this is a Thanksgiving story.
Here, it is important to acknowledge the old adage, show, don't tell. Take the Alfred Hitchcock film Rear Window. Here, he uses the gaze of James Stewart's character to tell the story, something known as the Kuleshov effect. Through the visual placement of shots, it alludes to a certain male gaze that would not have been there if Hitchcock didn't cut to a semi-naked woman. The Kuleshov effect is a useful technique in visual storytelling which came largely out of necessity. When there was not enough money, Soviet filmmakers and directors realized they could create a new story by reordering the same scenes and shots. Now let's take a look at the Disney Pixar masterpiece WALL-E. Why is this film important? Well, because there is no dialogue for the first half an hour. And truly, the film does not need it. We can see enough of the story with our own eyes. Similarly, David Fincher uses the visual technique of framing to indicate the levels of authority in this scene from Seven. Furthermore, using exposition to tell a story is nowhere near as powerful as telling a story without words. Through facial expressions and emotions, framing, and music and sound, do we truly see the importance of visual storytelling. It is the poetry that ties together the plot and character development in the most subtle way possible.